Hi everybody, welcome to this class. What I thought I'd do this today would be just take you through what would be my normal yoga flow every day if I can. So it's just pretty much sun salutations with some variations depending on how I feel, so I never really know what I'm going to do until I'm feeling it. So if you just come into a comfortable standing position, we'll start standing today and just feel the connection between the soles of your feet and the mat. Okay, spread your toes. Okay, press them into the mat and feel your arches. So try and feel them sort of lifting from the floor and then press into the outside edges of your foot. Okay, so that sort of natural connection point. Okay, and then soften the knees. Feel the scoop of your pelvis. Okay, just gently scoop your pelvis. So what I mean by that is gently push your pubic bone forward, allow your hips to sink back. See how that makes your lower back feel and your lower spine. And just try and keep that engagement. Okay, so it's a gentle squeeze of your buttocks. Okay, nice space between hips and rib cage, so try and extend that, so lift up rather than out. Relax your shoulders, allow your hands to turn forward, okay, because that opens the shoulders, externally rotates the shoulders, opens the chest for breathing. Okay, lift up through the crown of your head, so imagine somebody's just hanging your head and that you're being as tall as you can be. Okay, gently pull the chin in so your spine's nicely aligned, close your eyes, and then a couple of nice steady breaths. You can hear Yarwick's snoring breath. Okay, so nice and steady breathing, nice and deep, feeling through your body, seeing how it feels. And then open your eyes, take a soft focus on the floor, and then bring your arms out to the sides, up to the top. And then just gently push your arms up, allow your the posture within your body to remain the same. Okay, so think about what we said when we were in Tadasana, mountain pose, but just extend those arms upwards. Okay, try and soften everything else and allow your shoulders to relax, soften and extend. Steady breathing. Okay, and then we're going to turn the palms forward and then allow the arms to come back. Now try and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Bring your arms back as far as your shoulder joints will naturally allow you to. Bring your hands out. Okay, so keep your shoulder blades squeezed together as you come down with your arms. And then bring your hands behind you, intertwine the fingers, press the backs of the hands to the floor and straighten the arms. So this is the position here. Okay, squeezing your shoulder blades together, pushing your hands towards the floor, keeping the rest of your body the same. Okay, and then nice deep breath in, and then as you exhale we're going to come down into a half forward fold, so bend the knees as much as you need to, come down halfway or where you feel halfway is, and then lifting those arms, trying to soften those shoulders, bending the knees, keep bending the knees. Okay, try and bring your torso down onto your thighs. Okay, and then maybe your hands will come a little bit further, you could look between your legs. Okay, breathe as you extend those arms, and then nice and slowly coming back up, same way we went down. Okay, and then release the arms, keep them back. Okay, we're going to come up the same way we went down. Okay, palms facing forwards, keep those shoulder blades squeezed together as you come up. Okay, and bring the hands together this time, so palms squeezed together, nice deep breath in. As you exhale, sway to the left hand side. Exhaling as you extend the stretch. Inhale as you come back up. And then exhale as you sway the other way. Inhale, come back up. Release the arms, twisting to the right hand side first of all. That's it. Arms in line, twist around as far as you can. Okay, everything will go this time. Okay, so the hips, knees, far around as you can go. Inhale, come back up with the arms. Exhaling, twisting the other way, nice and slowly. Come around as far as you comfortably can. Try and keep the arms in line. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, palms together. Come down into Tadasana pose. Coming into tree pose. So bring your weight to your left foot first of all. Okay, just hover the right, pick a focal point, so whatever you're going to stare at, and then bring your foot or your other foot onto your foot at the side of your calf, or the full pose is inside your thigh. Okay, wherever you're most comfortable, and come back into Pramudra, and then just open this hip, so try and pull that knee back as we hold the pose, and focus, so nothing else matters except what you're staring at. Okay, steady the breath, so don't over breathe it, otherwise you become a big balloon. Okay, so steady, gentle breathing, and then start to move slowly, bring your arms out to the sides, up to the top, and then palms together, come down into tree pose and Pramudra. And then we're not going to allow the leg to hit the floor, we're going to keep it lifted, but you can take it off the side of your thigh, and then grab hold of it with your right foot. If you've got your left foot up, then your left. Okay, and then just try and balance, stand in this position. Okay, but what we want to try and do is pull the thighs in line, so if one is poked forward slightly, pull it in line, but keep upright, okay, until you feel the front of your right thigh, or the bent leg thigh, is stretching nicely. And pull your heel to your bum, okay? Gently push your hips forward, okay, until you feel that stretch, okay? And then hold. Now you can hold your left hand in this position here, or just release it out to the left, or whatever's most comfortable. But just allow that thigh muscle to soften and breathe. Okay, into dancer pose. So the left arm comes straight out in front of you first of all, and then start to push your foot into your hand. Okay, straighten the other arm, and then tilt from the hip forwards. Okay, you can hold a mudra in this one, chin mudra, thumb and forefinger, and then lift everything upwards. Breathe. And then nice and slowly come back to the original position, and then with control just release that foot to the floor and swap over. Okay, so bring the weight to the foot you've just brought to the floor, and hover the other foot, and then when you're ready, either on top of that foot, side of the thigh, or the full pose. Helps if it's skin against skin, actually, I always find, so stops that foot sliding. And then open this knee, come into Pramudra, relax the elbows, and then focus. Steady breath, don't over breathe it. Keep focusing. Once you're steady, release the arms out to the sides, up to the top, palms together, and then come down into our Pramudra. And then remember, release the foot, don't put it down, grab hold of it with your hand. Okay, and first of all, remain upright. Just bring the thighs in line, so it means pushing that knee backwards until you feel that stretch in the top of your left thigh. Okay, allow it to soften, relax, breathe. Okay, once that's feeling nicely comfortable, okay, bring this other arm out to the front, and then push the foot into the hand as you tilt from the hip. Mudra, chin mudra. Okay, once you've pushed into the hand as far as you comfortably can, lift everything up. A couple of breaths, and then soften as you come back, okay, not too quickly. And then when you're under control, release and come back into mountain pose. Okay, come to the front of your mats. Going to be moving back in our sun salutations. So, steady yourself in mountain pose, take a couple of nice deep breaths. And then as you inhale for the third time, inhale, arms come up into raised arm pose. Exhaling, swallow dive into forward fold, bending the knees as much as you need to. Now just feel that back, low back as you come down, softening it, releasing, tickle your fingers on the floor, and just wait for a couple of moments, breathe into it. Maybe feel your belly on the tops of your thighs, or bend your knees a little bit more, bring more of your torso onto your thighs.
Okay, but wherever you are, then just gently try and push your bum to the ceiling. In other words, try and straighten your legs a little bit if you've bent, just to feel that engagement in your hamstrings. All right. Okay. As you inhale, right leg's lifted, placed into our lunge position. Okay. Again, just waiting a couple of moments. I always allow this hip flexor, the right hip flexor, just to get used to what we're doing with it. Try and bring your spine nicely in line with that rear leg. Okay, tuck your chin in. Okay, and then just gently release your pubic bone down and forwards towards that heel. Allow it to soften, breathe into it. Okay, a couple of pulses maybe, and then bring that knee to the floor. Keep everything else the same. Okay, and then pendulum the arms forward, come up into crescent moon. Okay. Now from this position here we can just move the arms up and down, but what I like to do is to come up into our full lunge at the same time. So if you start with your arms in this position, make sure your torso feels upright. Remember, scooping that pelvis, so you can still scoop it, allowing the hips back, pushing the pubic bone forward to feel it in the hip flexor. Okay, now you can just use the arms and stay with your knee on the floor, or press into your toes and feet, come up as you inhale, arms come up into full sort of lunge pose or high lunge, and then as you exhale, hands turn outwards, knee back to the floor. A couple more times. Inhale, come up, exhale, palms come down. Okay, press into your feet. Okay, you'll be much more stable if you do that. Don't lighten through them, press into them. Final time. Inhale, come up, exhale, down. Keep that knee to the floor. Release, bring your hands to the front. Okay, we're going to come into downward dog. Okay, so release that front leg, come down to join the other one into downward dog. Okay, adjust the position, bend the knees. Okay, it always helps me to get my front half aligned. Okay, as soon as I bend my knees, push my bum back to the rear of the mat, it brings my hips and fingers in line. Okay, and then start to push your heels to the floor, bum up, straighten the legs a little bit. Don't worry if they're not completely straight. Okay, it just takes a little while for those muscles to release. Some people will never get their heels to the floor. Again, don't worry about it, just go with what the feeling is. Okay, and then as we inhale, coming forward into plank position. Okay, nice and slowly, shoulders over the backs of the hands. Okay, feet about hip width apart. Okay, bum just slightly above horizontal. Tuck the chin in. Press into your toes, push your heels back, and press the backs of the knees towards the ceiling. Okay, in other words, engaging your leg muscles. And then squeeze, so push your toes to the heels of your palms. And then try and get a little wobble going as you squeeze. Breathe. Okay, it's about 30 seconds probably we've held it. Nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, knees to the floor, soften the elbows, allow them to go backwards, not out the way. Lift the chin, knees, chest, chin. Okay, so knees, chest, chin, hands and toes on the floor, 8-limb pose. Looking along the floor, looking like a poised locust, and just feel that lovely curl on the spine before we then flatten everything. Point the toes. As you inhale, lift head and shoulders, press into your hands, come into cobra, elbows in. Look up if you can. Okay, just allow that front belly to soften. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, push back, bum towards heels, tuck the toes. And then as your bum comes back, press into your toes, come back up into downward dog. Okay, take a couple of moments. Bicycle the legs. Okay, the legs are nicely warm probably. Okay, once we're in downward dog, go and lift the right leg into three-legged downward dog. Okay, so try and retain everything the same. Lift the right leg up as far as you can without tilting the pelvis. Push the heel away, flex the foot, spread the toes, squeeze the right buttock. Nice deep breath in, and then coming forward into lunge. So bend that knee, squeeze the thigh up towards the chest, and then roll the shoulders forward, and then place that foot. Okay, you're in lunge on the other side now, so just take a couple of moments. Okay, everything to settle. Release the knee to the floor if you want to, and then gradually bring it up. Okay, just helps that hip flexor on the other side to get used to the position. Okay, once you've taken a couple of moments, bringing that left foot forward into forward fold. Okay, once more, same thing. Okay, bend the knees as much as you need to, belly on thighs maybe. Relax your torso, head, neck and arms like rag dolls. And then bending the knees, arms out to the side, coming up into raised arm pose. Press the fingers up to the ceiling. Nice deep breath in. Exhaling, palms come together into Tadasana. Relax everything down. Take a couple of moments before we do the other side. Nice, steady, deep breathing. Feel through your body. Feel how it feels. And then inhaling once more, arms out to the sides, raised arm pose. Exhaling, swallow dive into forward fold. Okay, feeling everything as you move. This time, right hand, center of the mat between your feet. Inhale, twisting the torso, bringing that arm in line, looking up at the ceiling if you can. Bending the knees as much as you need to, although if you try and straighten them in this position you feel it particularly in that left hamstring. And then soften, release, swap over. Inhaling as you lift that arm in line, looking up at the ceiling, maybe pushing the bum to the ceiling a little bit. Releasing, coming back. This time we're going to lift the left foot into our lunge position, so coming back. Okay, taking a few moments, getting the belly out of the way of the thigh. Okay, bringing the torso in line with that rear leg. Okay, allowing the hip flexor here just to soften, allowing the pubic bone to push down forwards. And then you can either release that knee to the floor or stay up. Pendulum the arms forward, crescent moon. Okay, you can really feel it in that hip flexor when you do this. If you haven't got anything, then just gently push that left knee into the floor, or straighten the foot if you want to release things a little bit. Okay, but just keep pushing pubic bone forward and down and gently pressing into that left knee, and you'll soon feel that hip flexor. Breathe, allow it to soften. Okay, we're going to do that same movement with the arms, okay, with the breath. Okay, really good strengthening for the legs, this allied with the breathing, of course. Okay, so wherever you want to be, you can either stay here on your knees or come up with me. Inhale, press in, come up with the arms, everything up. As you exhale, turn the palms and come down. Inhale, coming up. Turning the palms, exhaling, coming down. Final time, inhale, coming up. Turning the palms, exhale, coming down. Okay, turn to our low lunge position. And then lifting that rear knee, right leg joins left into our downward dog. And this time just come into the position a little bit more naturally as we've been here before. Try and resume your current standard basic neutral downward dog, and then nice and slowly into plank. Okay, now you can come down to the floor with your knees first if you wish, but what I like to do is a little bit of strengthening for the arms. So get yourself in the plank position, tuck your chin in, breathe, squeeze, and then we're just going to bend at the elbow, soften the elbows, come back, lift the chin, come down as far as you can. You don't have to come to the floor, but if you can touch your chin, do so. Press into your hands, come up, regain the position, breathe, and then when we're ready, nice deep breath in, bend the elbows, lift the chin, come down once more, press, come back up, hold, breathe, re-engage. Final time, nice deep breath in, exhale, bend the elbows, come down, press, come back up. Okay, we're going to go from here into Chaturanga, which is pretty much what we've been doing. So you can do knees, chest, chin again if you wish. Otherwise, bending the elbows again, sort of pushing forward on your tootsies, and then point the toes, and then press into your hands, come up into upward dog. Again, you can do this on your tootsies and lift your knees if it's comfortable, but don't watch your low back. Breathe. Allow the stretch to happen in your hip flexors, front of your thighs. Nice deep breath in, and then coming back into downward dog. Controlled. Lift the bum. Bend the knees slightly. Get that alignment. Press into your heels, lift your bum. Breathe. This time, lift the left leg. Okay, push the heel away, flex foot, spread the toes. Lift it, squeeze. Nice deep breath in. Bend the knee, roll the shoulders forward, squeeze the thigh. Gives you that space to put the foot down. Adjust, come into your lunge position, feel it all. Breathe in, right leg joins left. Into forward fold. This time, place your fingers underneath your tootsies. You can bend your knees as much as you need to do it. Try and tickle your wrists with your big toes. You don't have to put that much under, just go with your bod. Okay, bend the knees, take a breath in. As you exhale, press into your feet, push into your heels of your palms of your toes. Try and straighten the legs a little bit, bum up to the ceiling, pull your torso so you get this circle of stretch. Okay, from your hands all the way up your arms into your back, across your back, low back, hamstrings, calves. It's beautiful. Soften as you inhale, and then stretch everything up again as you exhale. Final time, inhale, soften, exhale, stretch, and then soften everything, release your hands, bend the knees, arms out to the sides, raised arm pose. This time hold the arms above your head, palms facing one another, pick a focal point, something you're looking at, press into your toes and lift into palm tree. And then just try and hold the stability for a couple of moments. Now you can either stay here, bring the heels to the ground, but whichever way you want to do it, pendulum the arms forward to the horizontal. We're going to try and come down into balancing squat. Okay, on your tootsies, focus, breathe, come into this balancing squat position. Bring your palms together, forearms in line, and then just hold steady, breathe. Both arms come forward, open the knees, and then try and sit under control. Straighten your legs, come into a sitting position. Place your hands on your thighs, nice and straight in your spine. Flex the feet, spread the toes, and then release your hands behind you, fingers pointing away. Relax the feet and legs a little bit, and then just rotate the whole leg and the feet. Okay, this is the piriformis muscle stretch, the one that's deeply embedded in your bum. Okay, so try and rotate that leg and the foot together, keeping them in line.
windscreen wipering the feet. Okay, come back to the center. Okay, bend the right leg first of all. Okay, now you can either hold it in this position or cross it over if it's comfortable. And then we're going to twist around towards that bent leg. So right arm comes around behind, and then you can either squeeze that leg or bring the elbow over. And then just allow the body to naturally twist, okay, wherever that is. Lift up through the spine so it's nice and straight. Take a breath in, and then use the exhale to twist from the waist up. Last thing round is your head and neck. As you inhale, come back to that natural twist position. As you exhale, use the exhale, squeeze the twist. Inhale, come back for a final time. Exhale with the twist. Come back. And then nice and slowly swap over. Okay, with the other leg, swap it over or keep it where it is. It's fine in this position. Okay, belly out the way of the thigh, other arm around behind you. Either squeeze that thigh, elbow over, and then naturally twist wherever that allows the body to be. Lift up, nice straight spine, nice deep breath in. Use the leverage of that elbow on that leg to help you twist as you exhale. Twisting from the waist up, last thing round is head. Inhale, come back naturally. Exhale. Use that exhale, squeeze it round. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze that leverage on that thigh if it's comfortable, okay? Don't overdo it. Inhale, come back. Okay, hands round behind you, fingers away, bend your knees, bring about hip width apart. Okay, we're going to come up into reverse tabletop. Okay, so press into your feet first of all, so they're nice and steady, and then the knees should roll so they become stacked over the ankles or thereabouts. And then try and lift your hips. The idea is to release your head, so don't squash it forwards. Okay, try and lift your hips and be a straight line between knees and shoulders. Okay, it really depends on your shoulder flexibility as well as the strength in your core. Okay, just do whatever you can. Breathe, squeeze your bum, helps to lift. Press into your feet. Try and pull your heels back to your hands. Okay, really gets the glutes then. Nice and slowly release and bring the bum to the floor. And then just release the wrists, give them a bit of a roll. It's a bit much for the wrist that. Okay, make fists, rotate the wrists, and then shake them. Okay, we'll do it with the fingers pointed forward this time. Okay, it's a different feeling in the shoulders. Maybe easier, may not be. Okay, so press into your feet. Inhale, lift up. Again, trying to be a straight line. Release the head somewhere comfortable. Breathe. Squeeze your bum. Press into your feet. Pull your heels back without moving them. In fact, press into your heels. Lift your toes if you can. Keep your hips lifted. Breathe. Nice and slowly release. Bum to the floor. Okay, nice and slowly release the arms out to the sides. Come into half boat pose. Lower legs parallel. Again, legs in line with hips. Nice deep breath in. As you do so, release the torso and the legs a little bit if you want to. Exhale, squeeze knees to chest. Inhale, come back out. Exhale, squeeze everything together. Inhale, come back out. Exhale, squeeze. Okay, keep the feet lifted, grab hold of your knees. And then under control, and just take this a bit steady, okay? What we tend to do is try and curl the low back, okay? And then hold the body as you roll back under control onto the floor, okay? Don't try and lose it. If you do that, just roll backwards with support. Okay, knees squeeze into your chest. Okay, flex the feet. Keep hold of your left knee, straighten your right along the floor. Okay, keep it off the floor, that right straight leg. Engage the muscles, push the heel away, flex foot, spread the toes, squeeze your bum. As you do so, squeeze the left knee into your chest and rotate the ankle. Okay, it's a lot to think about, but just focus on it. And then rotate the foot the other way. And then swap over,
Nice and slowly, nice and mindfully, feel everything. Straighten the left leg, heel away, flex foot, spread toes, squeeze bum. Squeeze the right knee, rotate the right ankle. Breathe. And then rotate the other way. And then bend both knees, hands down by your sides, palms facing down, tuck the chin in, into bridge pose. So press into your feet and lift your hips. Okay, allow the back to arch if it feels right, don't worry about if it doesn't. Breathe, hold, lift those hips, squeeze the bum. Nice and slowly release vertebrae by vertebrae to the ground. Okay, once your low back hits the ground, squeeze your abdominals, press your low back into the floor and hold. And then relax. Again, bring your forearms to this vertical position like mine are, palms facing one another, and then come up, or just come onto your heels, lift your toes. Nice deep breath in, come into bridge pose again. Just pressing into your heels and lifting your hips. See how that feels different. You can press into your elbows as well, if engage your arms if it feels good. Okay, lift, hold and breathe. Keep flexing your feet. And then squeeze your heels backwards. Feel your glutes engage, squeeze your bum. Breathe. Soften everything. Release. Let your spine roll down onto the floor. Relax everything, squeeze your abdominals, press your low back into the floor and hold. Relax and soften. Okay, one more before we come into relaxation. So come onto your tootsies. Okay, arms down by your sides this time. Press into your toes, lift your hips. Okay, see how different it feels in this particular instance. It sort of transfers the pressure to the fronts of your thighs or tops of your thighs. Squeeze your bum again. And this time push your toes away from you rather than pulling them. So push your toes without moving them obviously, and feel your thighs far up. Keep pushing your hips skyward. Breathe. If you want to, you can release your arms up and over. Okay, so stretch your fingers away. Press into your tootsies, lift your hips. Final breath. Arms come back over. Release your hips. Low back to the floor. Squeeze your abdominals. Press. And then arms out to your sides. Lift your feet off the floor. Come into this sitting position. Okay, just make sure your low back is nicely engaged. So what I'm doing is rolling and pushing my bum towards the bottom of the mat, sort of extending the spine. Okay, once you feel comfortable, take a breath in and then release the knees to the left hand side. Try and keep that distance between the knees, whatever it is naturally. Don't allow your right shoulder blade to lift off the floor. Okay, breathe. Nice and slowly bring those knees back up and release them the other way. Okay, keeping that distance. And you don't have to bring them to the floor. If the right leg does hit the floor, okay, just bring it off slightly and keep the left knee a distance away, same sort of hip distance away. Okay, it just engages the abdominals and allows the twist to be more effective in some ways. Okay, nice and steadily roll back up, grab hold of your knees, squeeze your knees into your chest, flex your feet. And then open the knees, grab hold of the tootsies, come into happy baby. Okay, so knees down towards your armpits or outsides of your torso. Okay, keep the pressure down, so pulling downwards. Okay, try and keep as much of your low back on the floor. You saw my low back roll up. Try and keep it down. Okay, it sort of it means the hips are opening a little bit more if you keep your low back on the floor. Okay, breathe. A couple of breaths, and then straighten the legs as much as you can. You can lift off now and try and pull your feet to the floor behind you. Straighten the legs. Okay, feel your core engage when you do that, sort of squeeze it. And then nice and slowly roll back, release your feet to the floor, arms out to the sides. Nice and slowly release your knees to the left hand side, and then move that upper knee, grab hold of it with your left hand, and make sure your right shoulder doesn't leave. So if it does, lift this knee up a little bit, and then use the hand to persuade that knee to the floor. But don't worry if it doesn't go that far, okay? Just keep your right shoulder blade pinned, look out over the opposite shoulder. Breathe. Nice and slowly release. Okay, and then come to the other side. Again, move the top knee up, grab hold of it with your right hand, and then gently persuade the knee to the floor. Left shoulder blade remains pinned to the floor. Look out over the opposite shoulder. Couple of breaths, and then release. Come back to a lying position, and then lift all limbs off the floor, vertically up, and then allow your feet and hands to go floppy and flick them like a dead bug. Keep going, flick them as hard as you can, and then stop, nice and slowly, keeping your legs bent. Bring your heels to the floor, back to your hands to the floor. Come into your Savasana position, close your eyes, and then just feel that tingle from your heels all the way up your legs, from your hands all the way up your arms. And then come into your comfortable Savasana position, final relaxation. Close your eyes, gently roll your head from side to side before bringing it back in line. Scan your body, back of the head, upper back, shoulders, backs of the arms, down to your hands, mid-back, low back. Feel it as much press on the floor as you comfortably can so there's no strain. Feel your buttocks squidged on the ground, backs of your legs, hamstrings, calf muscles, heels, and then along the soles of your feet to your tootsies, give them a wiggle so you feel the connection. Tops of your feet, ankles, shins, knees, just squeeze your thighs, feel the knee caps. Just lift slightly as you squeeze, relax them. Up the front of your thighs to your pelvis and abdomen. Okay, sometimes it's good just to feel them, just to sort of sensitize them in lots of ways, okay? And then your belly, chest, neck and face. Relax the muscles of your face, eyes, cheeks, forehead particularly, even your tongue, allow it to loll, your neck, and then close your eyes if they're not already closed and start to focus on your breath in and out of your nostrils. Imagine your breath like a wave, so as you inhale, the waves crashing into the beach, pushing your belly out, lifting through the chest as you inhale, as the air expands into your body. And then imagine the wave receding as your ribs fall inwards. You gently squeeze with your intercostal muscles, pull your diaphragm inwards and upwards, squeezing everything out of your body like a wave receding, before once more relaxing everything, inhaling, belly pushes up, ribs expand, wave comes in once more, exhaling, wave receding, final wave analogy, expanding as it crashes on the shore, and then as you exhale, wave recedes.
As you inhale, feel the coolness of the air in the inside of your nostrils. As you exhale, feel the warmth of the air as it leaves your body on the inside of your nostrils. Just focus on that feeling for a couple of breaths. Before coming into your natural, slow, deep inhale and exhales. No strain, just a natural breath. Breathing in, relaxing, breathing out tension, imagining the muscles relaxing away from the bones. Breathing in, relax, breathing out, relax. And then once you feel as though your body has replenished, relaxed, restored itself, take as long as you need, a couple of minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you think you need. And then once you're ready, take a nice, steady, deep breath in. Bring your arms up and over your head, give your body a lovely long stretch, pointing the toes, flexing your feet, spreading the toes. And then nice and slowly allow your body to soften, bend the knees, roll over to one side or the other. And then using your hand, press yourself back up to a comfortable sitting position. Come into Prayer Mudra, relax your elbows, nice straight spine. Close the class by chanting Om once, 3 syllables, A-U-M, Ow, vibrates in the belly, Ooh, vibrates in the chest, vibrates in the head. Okay, just feel it in that way. Okay, nice deep breath in. Namaste. Thank you very much. See you again soon.